10:50 a.m. with the Classic Glamour Dolls live radio show at Danny Alcaraz production here on the mic. 10:50 a.m. with the Classic Glamour Dolls live radio show here live here in the studio. And if you're watching on Ustream, KCARadio.com or CGDRadio.com, I couldn't put my headphones on. Yeah, I'm rocking this new hairstyle that it's kind of difficult.
Like You're bringing it back.
I'm trying to do something different here. How was your weekend, Crispy Taco?
Awesome, great. You know me, always at the movies, movie hopping.
What? Okay. Now that we're talking about that, before we go into weekends, what movie did you go see?
Well, I saw a few, but the one that I liked a lot that I definitely recommend is American Hustle with Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper. Robert De Niro is in it.
Oh, really?
He's been in everything. Even though he plays a small part, he plays like a gangster.
Ooh.
Like a mafioso.
Anything Robert De Niro comes out on, though, I like, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. He's really, really good.
So, okay.
I liked it. American Hustle. Saving Mr. Banks was the one with Tom Hanks with the Mary Poppins.
Oh,
Disney movie.
Okay.
That's also another really great movie. I recommend it. Walking with Dinosaurs. It's like 3D. You don't have to wear 3D glasses, but it's like a 3D movie.
But you don't have to wear 3D glasses?
No. It's like you don't see them pop out. You don't see it pop out of like the screen like you do when you see the 3D. But it looks 3D because it's the animation that they use is awesome. So definitely recommend that one as well. And then next week we have Anchorman 2 with Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd, which is it's a funny movie coming out. I want to go see it. And then The Hobbit, they're still doing really good. 73.6 million on the second weekend, which is a lot. The one, The Hunger Games was number 1. I think this is number 2.
Because that one was like the main movie coming out, right? The Hunger Games.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I had a great weekend.
Out of all the movies, which one would you recommend?
American Hustle.
Okay. Oh man, you didn't even think about that, man.
And then Jennifer Lawrence plays a different part than she does in Hunger Games. She plays like a mom in this one, but like one of those naive like wives, the one that like their husband, they do their thing at work. They might have like illegal things going on, but she's like nothing. She just answers the phone. She gives it to her husband. One of those naive wives, you know, and just stay home mom or whatever. So she like screws up a lot in the movie, and the husband's like, "Why are you getting into my business?" And he like hates her, but he can't because she threatens to take his kid away.
Oh man,
it's an adopted kid. So I don't know. It was like 3 hours long too. So I recommend it. Definitely go see it. American Hustle.
Okay, well, all right, there you heard it. And my weekend, I was actually resting. Minus one job I took in San Diego. And then I got to hang out with a good friend of mine over there, Gina La Brujita, the pinup.
And another friend, too. Anyway, we won't get into that.
What? Do you know something I don't?
I'm not going to mention any names.
Oh, my goodness. But, hey, we went wine tasting yesterday, right?
Yes.
That was fun.
Wine tasting was fun.
But, yeah, I actually rested, some much-needed rest. And I have another week of resting, so I'm really excited to just refocus and enter the new year with a lot of projects.
For those of you that know Anna and follow her on her social media, so if you guys know that she will be off for the next 2 weeks with I don't want to say the holidays, but just she's taking a break, a winter break vacation. Kind of like the kids.
You know what? Kind of like the kids.
You know the kids
I'm a little
took
kid.
the winter break vacation from school.
Even though today, I don't know if you noticed on my Facebook, I actually put, I'm taking jobs for hair and makeup for the holidays. I can't stay put, man. I can't.
Or what did your boss post on Facebook? She
Yolanda,
should be resting.
Love her. I know. She caught me.
She should be resting. And you know, there was like 4 people who liked her.
I got caught by the boss. All right. Big shout out. I actually put it on my Facebook. If you would like to promote your event fundraiser, shout out post here. I'll say it on the radio. So here you go. Mi Vida Sweets. Mi Vida Sweets, cakes and cupcakes and diamond bars. Go ahead and Facebook them if you're interested. I actually like one of her little her cakes, and it was very affordable when I asked her how much it was. It was really, really nice with like roses and pink and stuff. I just got to have a reason to get a cake,
it's my birthday.
Domain Photography, shout out, send love to my brother Lee Thomas, who is deployed overseas with the Army, and all the other troops who won't be home with their families for the holidays. A big shout out, Lee Thomas, and thank you for your service. Harry Dimon, gift of love for the holidays. Go ahead and check Facebook and request 88 Tequila. Danielle Zavala, pageant, please. Tickets go on sale next week. If you want, you can give away 2 pairs of all-access passes. I went ahead and I put it on our Facebook. It's I'll go ahead and on the next one, go ahead and shout out their flyer. Clarissa Alua Martinez, yes, I'm having an event on December 29th at Park Avenue Salon in Chino. We are giving out free food, free haircuts, socks, blankets, and more. This is for the needy and homeless. We would use donations and volunteers as well. Thank you for your help and support. For any questions, people can contact my husband, Adrian Martinez, 909-524-7001. Event is from 10 to 5. So there you have it. Thank you, guys. And if you guys want us to shout out any more, go ahead on our Facebook, Instagram, anywhere, just go text me.
Instagram, CGD Live Radio. Also, big shout out for LF Empowerment, all the way from Vegas.
Yes.
Great cause. I mean, I don't get sick and tired of promoting them, because it's just everything they do. It helps out the community. They're always posting stuff on their Instagram page and on their Facebook page, trying to help families in need, anything they can do. So, I keep in contact with Brisa. We text one another. She's always working on
big shout out, Brisa.
Yes, big shout out. LegendaryEmpowerment.bigcartel.com. They're always sending me goodies. Also for Mamacita Alicia she's from Arizona. She's from Trucha Gear. So big shout out to Mamacita. She was listening last week.
Big shout out, girl.
Big shout out.
Arizona, all the way from Arizona.
Yes.
So this is actually a show that I'm really excited to have on. Like, for the whole entire year, we've been doing this for pretty much a year, right?
Yep.
One of my favorites is about to happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a real great one. My engineer's like, cut it. But it's about relationships. Yes. And it's based on her book, My Knight in Shining Armor is Coming. He's just stuck in traffic. Right there you have it. There you have it. On the 91. Did you see the traffic?
Horrible, man. That 91 freeway, oh my gosh.
But it's going to be based on her book. So if you guys are listening in, if you guys have questions, I know she's going to go ahead and be giving out free copies. Go ahead and stay tuned. Listen in on the radio. Remember, write down the telephone number, 909-888. No, I'm sorry, 888-909-1050. I always get confused with the listener line.
I know.
They need to take this one off, man. 888-90. Oh my God.
Yeah.
888-909-1050. And it should be, if you're on Ustream on CGDRadio.com, it should be on there too. KC8Radio.com. So if you have any questions regarding relationships, if you're going through something, if you even want to be anonymous and you just need to talk to somebody, go ahead and call us in. I know how that is. But other than that, I'm excited to have her. She's one of my co-hosts on Everyway Woman Talk Show, which, and she's also is an entrepreneur. So we'll get to know a little bit more about her. You just tuned into KC8 1050 AM with the Classic Glamour Dolls live radio show here with Boss Lady and Crispy Taco on 1050 AM. If you're listening to us or you want to watch us live, cgdradio.com or kcaa radio.com, and on top left corner. And drum roll, please. She deserves a drum roll. We have Lindsley Lowell, right? Lowell. Oh, man.
She almost said Lohan.
Close, but no cigar. Okay.
It's Lindsley.
Lindsley. You know it. It took me a while to figure out your name when I first met you.
I'm an original. I'm like Sharon Madonna. I never have to say my last name.
Lindsley.
Yeah.
Lindsley.
Yeah. It's a family name. It goes way back in my family. It was it was the middle name of my great-grandfather, and before that it was a woman's name in our family.
Really?
Yeah.
Lindsley.
We believe in, history, baby.
Love it.
Yeah.
So,
originality.
For those of you guys who don't know who she is, Chrissy's going to go ahead and read a little short bio.
A little bit of
If you haven't seen our social media going crazy already, but there you have it.
I want to read a little bit about the author. She's an author, entrepreneur, and much, much more that we're going to get into because we have her for the next 2 hours. But just a little bit about her. Lindsley Lowell.
Nice.
is a girl about town and a former career dater. Her experiences of dating in a sea of mediocrity were so hilarious and tragic, she was forced to write them down and share them. Lindsley represents many women an educated, attractive, career-driven woman who tries to walk the line between the independent, modern woman and the hopeless romantic who believes in the knight in shining armor and true love. She is a romance novelist combined with frontline war journalist when it comes to reporting on life and love. Lindsley has had her own family and friends tell her she should lower her standards to find someone. If she can ignore them and still insists on true love, so can other women. Lindsley has long served as the resident dating counselor for her many friends, all highly effective and affected people. Her community has always admired her for her brutally honest nonsense advice. Lindsley has worked as a publicist in New York and Los Angeles for over 13 years, but her true passion is writing. In 2011, she founded www.ladiesinthepink, a site for women to share, inspire, create, and laugh. She lives in California with her knight in shining armor and her dog, Winnie. Is it Winnie? Or
Miss Winnie.
Miss Winnie.
Okay. I was biting my tongue.
I'm excited.
Because
She sounds like you a little bit.
Oh yeah, we're kindred spirits. Except I ain't married yet, but yeah, she does. She does.
You will be, honey. He's out there.
And what I love about the book, though, I literally, like, when I picked it up when you gave it to me, and I was actually reading it. It's so brutally honest, Crispy.
Good.
Like, it can become like a sitcom, and that's what I told you. Like, it can literally.
I know. I would love for it. Yeah, it's sex. It's the next Sex in the City. Telling you.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, it's so
awesome.
brutally honest that it will make you laugh. And as much as that the title is like for women, like, it's funny that you could probably read it too.
Yeah, why not?
Like, it is that hilarious. You're gonna love it.
Thank you.
What I was reading on your bio, career dater.
Oh, yeah.
What's the definition of a career dater?
You know what? Dating is a second job. Ladies, you know this. It is like finding a good man. It takes time and energy and money, and it sucks.
True, though. It's true.
Yeah, and it's a second job. And if you want to find a good man, you got to put the energy into it. And it's like, so I was a career dater. For sure. Yeah.
Man, I can't wait to literally go into the topics of relationships. But you also do other stuff, which is being an entrepreneur, owning your own barbecue sauce, right?
We have a barbecue sauce. It's my husband's grandmother's recipe from 1938. Grandma Izetta's Kansas Roadhouse barbecue sauce. I do a little bit of everything, I get bored really easily. So, I gotta mix it up. And I have my own business in New York and LA, public relations. So Smile and Dials back in the day, and now it's internet and social media and all sorts of other stuff. So I'm an old lady, what are you gonna do?
And we do the co-host of Every Woman.
Yeah, co-host, baby, a TV show. It's gonna go national.
And that's just another career right there at itself.
That's a whole nother bag of chips, yeah.
I had to get 2 weeks of vacation, man.
Woo, girl. I need that.
But talking about, let's go back literally to this book because, as I promised to a lot of people in social media and people that are actually tuning in, it's going to be full 2 hours of relationships. So
yep. Yeah.
What made you write this book?
Well, I was dating for like 735 years. And I would come back from these dates and I would sit down with a glass of wine and I would be like, did that just happen? Or what was that? And then I'd tell my friends my stories and they would be falling off the chair laughing, going,
you have them laughing.
And they'd be like, he did what? I'm like, oh yeah, no. I came out of the bathroom and he was like stripped down to his undies in my living room. And it was our first date. And I was like, excuse me? I asked if you want to come in for a drink.
Really had that?
Oh yeah, men are weird. And so, I was like, and my friends, we want to talk about relationships. It's important. It's an important part of your life. You want to share your life with someone. And, so I was like, I'm going to write down my stories and hopefully my tragedy will be someone else's comedy. And they'll enjoy it and maybe learn something.
What's the worst? I mean, I don't know. Girl talk here. Girl talk. What is the worst date you ever had?
Oh, man, there's a lot. But I've got a really good one. Okay, so I went on this date with this guy, and I was on Match.com, and which I called Match.com.sucks at the time. And so I showed up, and he had... he was okay looking and everything, but he had these ears that were the size of Dumbo. And it was like, they were like oddly, it was like an elephant man. They were oddly large. And I just sort of walked in like, whoa. And so, we sat down and And he's all like, "Oh, I'm so awesome." And he's sitting there telling me, "Wow, I'm so glad you look like your photos because, these women, they're, they totally lie and put these." And so I'm thinking to myself,
He had the nerve
did
to
I
say that.
how did I not notice his enormous ears? And so later went
The
back.
way he was posing.
Yeah, it was the way he was posing. Literally, one picture, he had cut off the side of, like, the edge of his head. So he had totally hidden his, but that wasn't the bad part. So we have this date where we meet at a bar, and because I usually need a cocktail to get through these dates. Like, I forget the coffee at
You
Starbucks.
just sound like me.
I need something strong. I need, like, something strong to get through it.
Oh my god.
So we have drinks, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna order some food. Do you want some?" I was like, "Whatever, sure, fine,
Just give me
So,
my drink.
so I'm like, "Whatever, dude." So we have. I'm wondering if he's picking up signals from Mars, from the ears. Anyways, so we finish. We have a little food, whatever. And so I offered to pay. The check comes, and he's like, "Oh no, it's on me. I got it." And I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, fine. If a guy's gonna offer to pay, I'm gonna let him pay." So we're walking out, and because I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna go," and he's like, "Well, would you like to go to the movies?" And I'm thinking, it's really hard for me to say I'm not into you, like, in person. It's really hard. So I'm just like, "Well, yeah, just give me a call." And he's like, "No, I mean, like, right now. Do you want to go to a movie?" I was like, "No, I'd like to go home and go to bed, but thank you." So the next day he emails me and he's like, "Oh, I had such a good time with you. How about that movie?" So I email him back and I go, "I had a really nice time, but I just don't think we're a match, so I'm sorry." And he emails me back and says, "You owe me $19.22. I'm not kidding. For half the date.
Are you serious?
And I emailed him back and I was like, are you kidding me right now? I said, "I'm not paying you anything." And he's like, "You owe me $19.22. You're going to send it to me. And here's my address. And you're going to send me a check. And you're fat and ugly. And you look nothing like the photos." And I was like, "Really? Really? Really?"
You wrote about him in your book, right?
Yes.
I remember reading it.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh.
So,
my
I'm still
God.
trying to be polite, but he's just harassing me. I had to report him to Match.com. And then I sent him an email that let him know exactly how I felt. And I
did you
said,
feel?
I was like, "They don't make hats your size. You should be hired by DirecTV for satellite reception." I mean, I went off on this dude.
man.
I was
Oh,
like, don't you dare diss me, dude, because you are going to get it. And that was my date.
And you have the men laughing back there, so yeah. They're cracking.
I mean, guys will pull stuff and they will try stuff, and that's why women, you gotta stand up for yourself and you have to say no because they're little boys and you have
Oh
to
my
tell
God!
them
Thank
no.
you, thank you, little boys. That is,
They are
even
little
if they're grown
boys.
men.
Yeah, they are little boys. Yeah, my husband yesterday he got a toy helicopter. So for 4 days now.
He's been playing with the toy.
He gets the helicopter out, and the dog goes insane. I think the dog's going to have a heart attack any day now. And the dog's like, "Whoa, whoa," and he's running around chasing the dog with the helicopter, and this is my life. Because men are child.
But it goes back to the way you met your husband, and that was on Match.com, right?
I met him on Match.com, which I thought was like the most evil thing on earth, but you know what? It worked for me.
And we actually are going to go back to that story. We're going to go into other stories, but have you ever tried Match.com?
Never.
Or any other social media like
when I
dating
was
sites?
younger, I did, but I never really followed up with it because I was too young. I was
Younger,
probably like
you look
19.
like 12 now.
I'm 26 now. But maybe when I was like 18, 19, I did.
That's like very advanced. You were online dating at 18?
Well, it started off from MySpace to because I started working in an office with older people.
Okay.
I was the youngest. The youngest after me was probably like 37.
Okay.
So I was 19 when I started working in the office. So then they were all online dating and have you ever tried this and that? So I'm just like
Learning?
Yeah, because of the
I'm
older
impressed because up until 30, I was at the bar trying to find a date.
People, all kinds of dating sites.
Oh my God, she is another identical as me. Because I think after 30 is when I tried. I actually got on. This is weird too. This is weird to admit, but I will admit it here. I was on Match.com, and I think it was some other one. But no, girl. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's all it took.
You're thinking you're gonna find a man in 2 weeks?
No. This is.
You have
I
to
had some
follow up.
horrifying stories, like literally horrifying. Like one wouldn't stop sending me naked pictures.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah. Been there.
And
report
they
those.
even found me like on Facebook. It was the weirdest thing, and I never put what I did, so it was.
Well,
just
you're
the
pretty
weird-
out there.
It was-
Yes.
Oh my God, like a stalker.
I saw you. I
Creepy.
walked past you twice. Really?
That's creepy. Yeah, that's why I never put. I used a fake name when I was
What did
online
you use?
dating.
Me too.
I was Lynn because Lindsley's really distinct, so they could find me. I was
So it's
Lynn.
better to use a different name.
Oh hell yeah!
Not so
People
often.
there's creepy people out there. You got to remember that like anyone can go online dating. They're not all quality people. 80% of them are wackadoos and jerk offs.
it
So
is-
you know
it
you
is
got to be
kinda
really
weird.
careful. Never meet them. Always meet them in public place. Never tell them your address. Ladies, it's scary. Scary. You got to be really careful.
One story before we go to break. One story. I went on a date. He was really cute in pictures, right? So cute.
Oh, here we
whatever.
go.
We, start driving, whatever. He picks me up, whatever. And then we went to go to the movies, and he got off the car, and he's like this short. Oh, my God, yes.
Yes.
No,
I think I remember you telling me that.
But it wasn't like, I mean, at least, no, he was short.
Like a jockey?
No, like short. Like probably half my waist short.
Was he like a midget? Like a midget?
Probably, yeah.
I think
But it
midget
was-
height is like 4 point. I think 4 point.
There you have
4'9".
4'9".
There you have it. But
I
you know
think you have
what?
to put that on your bio, right?
I get, we
Did
had
he
a
work?
good time.
Did he work
we
at the carnival?
No, we had a good time.
Did he have small hands?
And even like it's funny. 'Cause-
Small feet?
Oh my God.
Did you go out to eat? Did he have to get a booster seat?
Oh man, they're just driving me here.
He's the right height for something.
Cornering me. But no, we had a good time. Then he called me for a second one, and I said no. And I said no, and I ran. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
What did you tell him?
No, I just said, I don't think it's gonna like.
She said, "White man can't jump."
You just tuned into KCAA 1050 AM with the Classic Lover Dolls live radio show. You can watch us live if you're not listening to us. Well, why would, if you're not listening to us?
You must be crazy if you're not listening.
I need a drink already. This topic, man, it's just hilarious. But, okay, cgdradio.com or kcaaradio.com, top left corner. And as promised, Crispy Taco's in the hot seat right now. Woot woot. That's what
Did we
Lindsay
talk about
said.
the book?
No. Then you had to ask questions.
Hey,
Oh,
Taco,
no.
how's your love life?
My love life is just fine. Thank you for asking.
That's not what I heard
Hot
before the break.
hot seat. There you have it.
All right, tell us what's going on. Are you dating anybody? No, that's a no, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. I mean, yes. Yes.
No, that girl must. Poor her. You don't know if you're dating her or not. That's great.
Well, it's kind of a complicated. It's kind of complicated.
If it's complicated, it's not working.
It's complicated because that person isn't in the country. They were, but they're not in the country currently.
Are they coming back?
They better.
How long have you been dating?
It started. Let's see. It started in August, like July, August, and we've been dating ever since. And they've been back twice. They're originally there.
I'm just listening, dude. I know it all.
Are they a soldier
No,
in the army?
no. They're from Australia.
Okay. I love
And
Australia.
They came down. That person came down
Australia.
here for vacation
Okay.
for a month,
Okay.
and then I ended up talking to this person for that whole month, and then instead of going back home all the way to Australia, that person went to Canada. Because Canada, I guess, has something with Australia and the UK.
Okay, yeah,
something
yeah.
that they can work and
So
stuff.
they
So that
stayed.
person is currently working in Canada. So they're coming down for the holidays.
Oh yeah, Canada's not that far.
It's not far. It's
No.
like a 3-hour flight. So
this is a new romance, and that's not that long of a time. I mean,
It's
you
not.
need to get to know each other.
right, I agree. So that's why it's kind of complicated. So I don't know if you call it dating or not. But someone's calling.
We have a caller?
So by the
No. The engineer wants to keep finishing listening. Continue, Crispy. Continue.
Have you ever had long distance relationship before?
Never.
They suck.
Never. So
They're
I
really
said, you
hard.
know what? And I take her advice. So she goes, you know what? Just do it. She goes, you only live once.
Well, no, you should
never
keep in
know."
touch. So, you should keep in touch
yeah,
with them.
Yeah, so that's why I'm doing
But
it.
do they know that you? Is it okay for you to date around at the same time? Because I mean, you should have that agreement because you don't know them that well.
Right. You're absolutely right.
I don't know.
And yeah, no, we did talk about it one time, the first time they were here.
Okay.
And then we said, okay, we're gonna be exclusive for this. Okay, you're
Okay.
going back home, and then I'm staying here. So we already had a set date of when they were gonna return.
Uh-huh.
So then I said, okay, for this whole month, like, just I won't talk to anybody. You don't talk to anybody. Is that okay? If not, just let me know.
That's cool.
It was fine. It was
That's
okay.
cool.
So then I guess we're gonna talk about it again, like
Right.
in person when they're here.
You're gonna
again.
revisit the topic.
Revisit the topic. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've never. And then I was in a 3-year relationship. 3-year
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
And then 2 months later, this person comes along out of nowhere. So
Oh.
so it's not like I was looking for anybody.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I wasn't looking for anybody. They just came out of nowhere, and then
That's when it happens.
so I don't know.
What happened to the one?
He just
what happened to the
confused,
one? What happened to the one you're with for 3 years?
They didn't really. Damn, I don't know if I should say all this.
Do they know?
Still listen in.
They know what's going on.
He's getting all red.
Yes, they do know.
We did say we were saying
They
everything.
do know because of
right.
thanks to social media, everything gets around.
Words out, yeah.
Yeah, everything
Okay.
gets around. But that person for 3 years didn't really. We were like on totally different levels. Like
Oh, okay.
me in my job and I guess career, the radio and
Yeah.
all these events and stuff. It was really hard for the other person to keep up
Okay.
with my life and schedule.
Yeah.
So it was like no.
Well, and after 3
I need
years,
more time.
if you don't know after 3 years that you want to be with this person, then yeah, I would say that's not going to work out.
So I mean, it was fine. It was a clean
Yeah.
breakup.
What's your best advice?
You know, I think that, especially women, but also men, they're like with someone forever and they're like, oh, they're going to commit someday. I'm like, no, they're not.
That's
Because when you know, you know. And I mean, the age thing is a little different because I was an old lady when I met Jonathan. I was 41. So we both were like, well, we're going to die soon, so we should get married. But, when you're in your 20s, you might date for a couple of years before you kind of figure it out because you're still trying to get your life together and figure it out where you're going with your career. But if you're not both committed in the same way and don't see a future with each other, then it's not going to happen. Because that person needs to be on the same page as you. And, we have a friend of ours, a mutual friend who is with this guy, and they've been together for a while. He, says that he loves her, but then recently he's like, it's too much drama. I can't be in a relationship with you. Yet he wants to call her all the time and see her. So he wants to have his cake and eat it too.
yeah, you can't do that.
Which you can't do that. That's crappy to do that. That person's gonna have no self-esteem whatsoever. If you say to them, "Oh, I don't want to have a relationship with you, but I want to go out with you," it's all the whole hanging out thing with friends
yeah.
drives me nuts. If you're sleeping with that person or attracted, they're not a friend.
No.
They're not a friend. They're like, "Oh, we're just friends." "Oh, did you sleep with them?" "Yeah." "Ah." "Yeah, okay."
Here's something.
"Yeah, I sleep with all my friends. I'm gonna sleep with all my friends today." That's how I make friends. I sleep with them. Yeah.
So then my question is, what would you recommend or advice for him in
Yes.
Australia?
I would say he's doing the right thing because you're both communicating and you both want the same thing. So if you're both saying, let's not see anyone right now, and then let's
Figure
revisit
it
in a
out.
month, then you're both on the same page. So no one's getting hurt at the moment because you both are going towards the same thing.
Communication, right?
Yeah, I think you want to get to
Okay.
know each other first more before you know.
Right. And there is a lot of communication also. So it's pretty
good.
much every day.
Wow. I'm proud of you. I can't believe
And
you're
it's
talking
better.
about this.
It's better because they're not always there. Like when someone who lives here. So it's not that I'm doing anything wrong or bad, but I just have
But
my
it's
own
like
space.
all the time. Oh
Yeah,
my
like
God,
can
I
come
get like
here,
that too.
I don't have to report to anybody. I'm
Uncomplicated.
here. I'm still at the station. I'm gonna go eat after.
Yeah.
If I don't call you at this time, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that break.
It is. Well, and you can be independent and still be in a relationship. So, but you're getting to know the person.
Right.
So, good for you.
Now, before I get in the hot seat, let's answer this question. We have a caller.
Hello, hello.
Hello? Hello?
Boo.
Did they hang up? Or did you hang up? I'm just kidding.
Son of a.
They hung up. Okay.
Was it something
Well,
I said?
Okay, well, if you're listening to us right now and you want Lindsley to go ahead and answer any relationship advice, or if you have any questions for Boss Lady or Crispy Taco, just go ahead and give us a call, 888-909-1050. Also, she's going to be giving out
books, copies of my book.
So go ahead and call 888-909-1050. Let the person that's answering let them know if you're calling for a book or if you want to get on air and ask questions. Remember, you can be totally anonymous. How many books are we giving out? 5 books. And trust me, okay? Especially for the ladies, I have to admit though, but this book, like, it's a must. Like, you totally have to get it. And if you don't win one, I totally advise you to go on Amazon.com because I saw her on Amazon.com and go ahead and purchase it. It's totally worth it. It's going to make you, like, literally crack up. This is one of the books that you totally just want to get a glass of wine and just read it.
I wrote it.
And it is brutally honest.
Drinking lots of wine.
It is brutally that honest.
You wrote it under the influence, but you edited sober.
How did you know that? Are you in my living room?
No, he hangs around with me with the Classic Urban Dogs Live Radio Show. We're just having a really good conversation here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All about relationships with the author of My Knight in Shining Armor is coming. He's just stuck in traffic. And as Crispy Taco says, he's stuck on 91. That was a lot of traffic, let me tell you. So please.
In LA, it could be any highway.
Okay, if you guys want a free copy of her book, please call us 888-909-1050. Or if you have any questions regarding relationship advice, you don't even have to say your name, just be anonymous. I know how difficult it's a really touchy subject, honestly. Like, a lot of people probably are tuning in just to get entertained, but I know a lot of people, like, if I would be listening, it's you have questions in your mind, but you don't know how to ask them.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I'm just going to be throwing them out.
I also want to hear stories. So, like, call us and tell us a funny dating story,
Yeah,
I love
my
that
God,
stuff.
that would be totally awesome.
Yeah.
Let us know the worst date you've ever been on.
Yes.
Worst date. Worst
love
date.
those stories.
Worst date. You already heard mine. He was short.
That's not that bad.
No, he was cute, though.
I think I remember you telling me that story, too.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
stop laughing.
Yeah,
I had a second date where the guy wound up in jail.
What? That night?
Yes.
Are you serious? What happened?
They go out with this guy and, like, we're on our second date and we're driving and he's
Oh my God,
speeding.
you were in the car with him?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
he's speeding and the police, pull him over because he's speeding and he's like, uh-oh. He's like, this is not good. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, I might be going to jail. I'm like, excuse me?
You need to take me home first.
So he's like, yeah, I have a ton of speeding tickets and they're overdue. So I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So the police come, sure enough, they take his license and they're like, can you step out of the car? I'm like, what? So they took him. And then they had to take me in the back of the police car to the jail. And my date's like, oh, don't worry about it. My brother will bail me out. I'll be out in like 15 minutes. So I sat there because I'm not going to call like a friend or like a relative.
I'm here in the jail.
I'm going to get a lecture about like, what are you doing with this person? Because actually he was a decent guy, except for he was just...
The tickets.
Yeah, ridiculous. So I am sitting there at the police station, and the police guys are having the best time with me. Oh my! They're like, what date is this? You having fun? You guys going to dinner after? He sounds like a real great guy. So he took me home, but I didn't date him after that. Yeah.
That's funny.
What's the worst date you've been on? I don't think I've asked you. He's like, oh man, I'm tired of being in the hot
Well, that's the thing. I haven't really been on dates. Like,
what? Well, you were in a 3-year relationship, right?
And before that, I wasn't really even allowed to go out.
Yeah,
Before I was
that's true.
21, I wasn't really allowed to go
Why?
out.
What are your
That is
parents
true.
like? Catholic?
They're Christian.
Yeah. My Catholic friends their parents were so strict when they were little. It was really hard for them to do stuff.
Yeah, so
Which can be good or good and bad.
Yeah, good and bad. Because I'll say this, and I'll thank them for this. I did stay away of a lot of trouble for not going out.
Exactly.
A lot of my friends had kids already, and so I haven't really been on.
After 9 p.m., things happen, man.
Exactly. Once the street lights turn on, that's when we had to go in. No.
And we were literally raised together. Well, my cousin, he's my first cousin.
I know, so
cute. Literally, like, I had a 10 o'clock curfew at 21.
Wow. She dropped me off and then she had to rush home.
Wow. Right? So it's like, I mean, I am 34, which a lot of people probably don't say your age, but yeah, 34. And I've only had 3 boyfriends my entire life. 3 boyfriends.
There's nothing wrong with it, though, because a lot of people...
Doesn't mean I haven't dated. That's where a lot of... You know what? That's one thing that, like, really bothers me when guys, like, they tell me, like, I have a lot of guy friends, and then they're like, oh, she's awesome, she's only had 1 boyfriend, and I'm thinking, dude, really? And I start thinking, like, that doesn't mean she doesn't, like, date around. You know what I mean?
Do other things. Yeah.
And it was hilarious with the guy. Hello, it doesn't matter how many. I don't know. But anyways.
But a lot of people look into that. I think, especially guys. Oh, how many boyfriends have you had? And they think it's like, if you had 5 boyfriends, oh, she's been in love. She's not going to be in love again. Or I don't know. Maybe that's just a man's mentality.
I'm traumatized.
Yeah, no, I think both men and women look, you want to ask those questions on a first date, but you so can't. Like, when was your last relationship? Yeah. How long was it? Who broke up with who? What happened?
Or like if someone's been married more than once, like how do you ask someone? Like when would it be appropriate to ask somebody that, or for them to tell you?
Well, I would say that kind of question, like how many has been married, would probably be like date like 4 or 5. When you really establish that you like each other and are going to date. First, I think one of the big problems that many people make on the first date is they ask really personal questions that just aren't appropriate because you don't even know if you really want to date that person. Mm-hmm. So they're like, what was your last relationship? How long was it? What happened? Why aren't you married? And you're like, okay, I'd like another cocktail and then I want to go home. It just gets too intense. You're like, it's a get to know you date. Mm-hmm. This is not a interrogation date.
Right.
Dude, like literally, I think when it comes to relationships, like I am literally traumatized. Like, and it's not just because of what happened recently. It's just my whole entire like life, and he knows because literally, I am just like another you. Seriously.
A lot of letdowns.
And
a lot of.
It's like if I can like write a book or even like do a movie, like it's ridiculous. Like that.
You could be the next Selena.
It's just
kind of does look like Selena with the earrings right now.
It's just like very, I don't know, like I mean, I went from a relationship that, I got introduced to when I was 21 because that was kind of when I had a 10 o'clock curfew, right? So I met somebody, it was an awesome 2 years. He wanted to get married. I didn't want to get married. I never really did, so, but it got to the point that he was very physical in a sense. So I stopped. Okay. That was the first one.
That's good that you stopped that. Yeah.
And but the weird thing is I haven't changed my number since, so he still calls me.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that weird? And I'm
that would be stressful
him,
to me.
And he'll just check up on me to see how I'm doing, regardless he has a family of his own. So, I mean, we don't, it's just kind of like
He's a bad boy. He's a son of a...
Oh, we have a caller. Let's get him through. Hello?
Hi, I was calling out to ask questions about relationship help or advice.
All right, you called the right place. This is Boss Lady and Crispy Taco and author Lindsley. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Crispy.
Hi.
Go ahead and ask anything. We will answer.
Okay, like, if you're dating a guy and he's going to college and he has no money because he's going to school, at what point maybe do you stop, like, always paying for everything?
So are you paying totally for him and you?
Yes. Because he goes to school, he's studying to be an attorney, but, I mean, I'm working and I can't never save for anything because I'm always paying when we go out.
So he's a full-time student, he doesn't have a part-time job or anything?
Right. He's kind of like a mama's boy. That's another thing.
How is he paying for school?
He does it through the grants, and his parents help him.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would say that, it sounds like he's working towards a goal, and a lawyer is obviously a good career. But you got to sit down and establish with him, like, what you're going to be your parameters, like how long are you going to be paying for stuff, and also, like, are you going out to dinners and things? Is he kind of like just expecting you to pay stuff?
Well, I mean, we go out and he kind of doesn't have any money, so I know if we do things just because I know that we're going to, because I know that I have the money and that I'll be able to cover it.
Well, this
So
would
when
be
you go to the movies,
Yeah.
you go out, that type of stuff.
Yeah, and you want to go to the movies with him, but this is what I would say to him, is that you need to give him a reality check, and you need to say, look, you don't have any money, so we can have date night once a week. Otherwise, we're going to sit on the couch and watch television because that's what you can afford. And if you want to go to the movies, honey, or to dinner, you go with your girlfriends, and you pay your way and they pay theirs. He's got to be a man. And you can sit on the couch and watch TV and snuggle, and it can be great. You can go to the park. You can do other things. But if he expects you to take him to dinner and take him to the movies all the time, that's not being a responsible adult.
Right. I like that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, just have a conversation with him and say, look, you don't have any money, so let's figure out what we can do that we can afford. And if he's not happy with that, then that means he's just looking for someone to take care of him financially.
Right. Okay, well, I'm going to try that. I do appreciate your help, and I really enjoy the show.
Do you want to, let's put her on hold and give her a copy of,
I think we need to
the
give her
book.
a book.
Absolutely. You want a copy of the book?
Sure, yes, I'll read it.
Okay, we're going to
I think I need it.
You're going to love it. Let me tell you, it is brutally honest. This is,
Yes.
okay, this is what you're going to do, okay? After a hard day of work, get a glass of wine and read the book, okay?
That sounds good.
All right, we're
Thank
going to
you.
put you on hold, and they're going to go ahead and take your address and telephone number, okay?
Thank you.
You're
Merry
welcome.
Christmas to everybody.
Thank you.
Christmas, honey.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Okay,
Sweet.
that was that.
I love that. She's so
But you know
nice.
what? You're totally right because, I remember, I don't go through that right now. Hell no. I'm 34. He better have a freaking job.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I'm
JLP.
saying.
I've got a job. He better have a job. That's all I'm saying.
But all I'm saying is, back then when I was going to college, I think that's a common question because
It is.
people
It's a
do
good
go
question.
through that. People are
Yes.
going through, I remember hustling 3 jobs and having friends that were just career, trying to become lawyers, doctors, boom, boom, boom. So what do you do if you do enter a relationship like that? And you gave her good advice. That was
Thank
good.
you.
It's harsh, but at the same time, it's brutally honest, and you need to hear it.
It's like,
There you go. Like the wine, man.
life is reality, and a lot of people don't want to have these conversations because they're scared of the outcome. But life is short, and you got to have these conversations, or there's going to be no progress. And if they're meant to for it not to happen, then so be it. But at least there'll be progress. You know what I mean? So, and if they can work it out, great. There's lots of stuff you can do that's free. Museums do free days. There's parks. There's hiking. There's just watching television. If you want to spend time with that person, then you don't need to go and do fancy dinners. They're nice.
Yeah.
But
There's a movie theater that we go to a lot, and it's $5 on Tuesdays.
that's great.
The Moreno Valley's $2.
Yeah, $2.
That's awesome.
Sometimes it's nice to get away from people and just be together at the movies. I like the movies.
I like to sit at home on the couch in my pajamas so I can stop the movie and go to the bathroom because I'm an old lady and have my wine, and it's all good.
I love her,
Don't forget the
man.
wine.
Okay. You just tuned into KSA 1050 AM with the Classic Glamour Dolls live radio show here with Boss Lady and Crispy Taco and author Lindsley, the author of Knight in Shining Armor's coming. He's just stuck in traffic.
On the 91.
You can get your free book today. Go ahead and give us a call at 888-909-1050. Or if you're listening in and if you have a question, just like the young lady that called earlier, you can be anonymous. Just go ahead. We won't even ask you who you are unless you let us know. Go ahead and ask us any questions. Sometimes, you can get really embarrassed, asking personal questions. And I know it's mostly a lot of people are probably listening, being entertained, and that's great. But we want callers.
Yes, and no question is stupid or bad.
No.
Whatever your situation is, that's your situation.
And this is how we relate, because I'm putting myself in the hot seat right now with these two. Okay, and this is something I have never ever done. Okay, ever. And I keep myself very private.
Until
now, I guess. And I'm going to answer questions.
This is your early Christmas present.
And you guys are going to see that no question is stupid. Let me tell you that, because I have gone through worse. Even though I've had 3 boyfriends in my life, my entire 34 years, I have gone through some crate dating. Let me tell you that. The worst of the worst. So, yeah.
No question is stupid until you work for customer service.
And until you hear my stories.
Or a call center. Trust me, there are a lot of stupid questions.
Oh, really?
Oh, my gosh.
No stupid questions, just stupid people.
There you go. Okay, we'll stick to that.
Okay.
But what's the number to call for a book?
888-909-1050.
Call.
So we have 4 more to give. Go ahead and give us a call.
I don't even know where to start.
Let's start. Oh no.
I mean,
I'm gonna regret this.
Anna, she has been through a lot. A lot of people who have kept up with her know that she has been through a lot, ups and downs, and a lot of ups in the few past months. But one thing that I wanted to get into was, I want to say 3-4 years ago. You probably don't remember this, but there was a man that you were talking to.
It was a horse.
It was a man. This one wasn't a woman. We'll get into that one, though.
Oh, God.
But
Oh, God, no.
What?
okay, we'll bring that one up.
If my mom's
We'll
watching
bring that
this,
one
she's going to be texting me.
Tori's spelling hit on me once. Anyways.
Oh, shut up. I want to hear this.
No, back to you.
Okay, we're going to. Okay, I'm going to write this down.
There was a radio personality who was pretty big. There's a caller. I think we should take the call first. and
Yeah,
then get into
before
it,
we
before
lose
they
the
hang up.
call. Another call?
Remember, radio personality, a man.
Hello?
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 Hi, who's this? Or you don't even have to say who's this?
Yeah, don't say your name.
I'm not going to say who this is.
Unless you want a book.
Do you want a book, or do you have any relationship questions?
Can I have 2 for 1?
Yes.
What's your relationship question?
Okay. I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years. Okay. I love him to death. But sometimes I just get really, really bored of it.
Yep. What are you? What? Go ahead. Sorry.
What do we do to, like, I don't know, something different? I don't know what to do. Like, I just
What's boring? The sex or the relationship or everything?
I just think it's just like we don't see each other for a long period of time sometimes. So when he does come, I love to see him, but then after, like, he leaves, I think it's too much time that's passed, and I start getting bored. Like, when he calls, I just don't want to talk. Like, I just want a me time.
Yeah.
But I have so much free time, so I don't. But then I'm at work all day dealing with customer service. Like,
Oh.
so I don't know if it's just because the holidays being, like, super stressful, but I'm just getting kind of bored. I don't know.
Well, so you're saying that the time with you don't see him that often, but the time with him is boring. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I see him, we have fun, but we don't really do anything anymore because it's just like I work so much, and then on my days off, I'm just like tired. I just want to hang out, but I kind of do want to do stuff, and then he always leaves it up to me.
Yeah. That's a typical man right there. They want you to make the plan. But let me ask you, like, when you see him, do you get excited? Are you like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see you, or are you just sort of like, oh hey?
It's flip-flop. Sometimes I haven't seen him for a while. I'm like, yes, I get to see him, and then he comes, and all I can think about is we have errands to run, we have this thing to do, and I don't want to be like that because we're not married, we're not even living together, and I have to think like that already.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're kind of getting you're in your head, like worrying a lot about stuff. So I think that maybe there's two different things. Either you're taking the stress of everyday life and like responsibilities, and you're letting that weigh you down too much when you're with him, or he's just not helping you kind of like be able to relax. So it sounds like you're not doing much with him. So if you're just sitting around and not having what they call quality time, as you get older, you need more quality time. Like, you just don't want to just necessarily sit around unless you just want to relax. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if he's coming over and you're excited to see him, but then he gets there and it's like, then that means, are you having good conversations, or is it just sort of blah?
It takes us a little bit to start getting into conversations.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to talk at all. Like, I just
okay.
kind of,
Well, I mean, if you're going to be a closed book for him, then that you're not giving much to work with.
I have so much to tell him, but then when I see him, like, I don't have anything to say. It's just so weird. And then sometimes we could talk forever.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like maybe your moods are setting the tone. Do you think that's the case, or no? Like, you're saying some days you like to talk and some days you don't.
Yeah, I guess it's like that.
Have you talked to him about sort of like how you feel?
Yeah, I just told him, like, I need to, I don't know, we need to do something different. Like, it's just, I feel like it's the same, and then I start getting bored, and then I'm just like...
How often do you see him?
Maybe twice a week now.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty typical. Has it progressed in the 2 years that you've been with him, or has it been like this for 2 years?
Before, like, I got like crazy schedules. It was like 3 or 4 times a week, and then, like, almost every day, and I started getting twice a week because of work schedule conflicting, and like I do miss him sometimes. Like this week I missed him, and then I kind of like got over it because I'm just have to face the fact that I'm just not going to see him until Christmas, you know?
Well, it sounds, honey, it sounds like you don't think the relationship is progressing. So you're kind of giving up because it's not progressing. Like you've been seeing each other, you're seeing each other less than you were before. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm right, but if the relationship isn't developing and it's not going anywhere, then you're going to get bored and you're going to get frustrated and then it's done. So, I mean, you have to decide if you want to sit him down and be like, where is this relationship going? And we need to like commit to each other more, or back off and be like, maybe we should take a break or something. I don't know. What do you think?
I think we need to sit down and have a talk.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds to me like you are frustrated the relationship isn't really going anywhere. Yeah. Well, talk it out. If he's the right guy, then he'll stand up and he'll make a move. But if he's not, then he's going to say, then let's break up. So those are your options, but
that's
at
important.
At least you'll know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's important, though. Exactly what you said. Like, talk it out. Communication. There needs to be communication.
So important.
And if he is the right guy, he'll make the move.
If he's the right guy, they'll step up. They will.
Mm-hmm. Did that answer your questions?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put you on hold, and then we're going to go ahead and send you a book. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Happy holidays.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Another caller? Okay.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you have a question or do you want a book?
I'd like a book.
You want a book? No.
Yeah.
Do you have any relationship questions at all?
How do I get a man? I need help.
Oh, there you go. There you have it.
That is my favorite topic.
Let's just put it out there.
All right.
Yeah. How long have you been looking, and what do you think is the problem?
I actually haven't been looking, and I think that's my problem.
There's your problem, honey. You know what I said to my friends? I said same equals the same, change equals change. So if you do the same schedule and do the same stuff and sit on your couch and go to the same gym, a year from now you're going to have the exact same life. So if you want to meet a guy, you have to change it up. You either have to go to different places, you have to ask your friends to set you up, you need to go online, you got to change it up. I have a lot of friends in the same situation as you, and I just had lunch with a friend today who's like, I have to do something because this year nothing changed. I'm not seeing anybody, I'm not dating anybody. So unfortunately, it's work, but you have to put in the work to get an outcome. So have you done online dating or anything like that?
No, I haven't. Just, time and money kind of affects a lot of that, so...
You could try Plenty of Fish. It's free.
Oh, yeah.
True. I haven't heard the best things about that website, though.
I've heard, honestly, all the online datings are mixed bag. So if you took like a stadium of people and they all went online, that's who you're dealing with online dating. So you're going to look around and there's going to be some real chumps and some real ding-dongs, but then there's also going to be a few good guys. So the problem is that you have to go through all the ding-dongs to get to a good one. But if you put in the time, you can find a good person.
Yeah, there is a lot of weirdos, but
a lot of weirdos.
But you have to read her book in order to categorize the kind of men you will find online. Because she does.
Just mix up. And I will tell you this right now. A lot of women are afraid to tell people that they want to find someone and they want a relationship. There is nothing insecure. There's nothing bad about that. There's no low self-esteem. There's no, you're not needy. You're not desperate. If you tell someone you want a relationship, it is a natural thing for us to want to have someone in our lives to love. So tell people that, and they might know someone to set you up with.
This might work.
You got to put it out there, put it out in the universe.
True.
I know, I got to put it out there.
Or go out a little more, huh?
Yeah, go out, see people.
But not just to the bar either, right?
No, I mean, the bars, worked for me when I was in my 20s, but as you get older, I just couldn't do the bars. So it depends on what you like. Go do what you like, and then you can find someone who likes the same stuff.
Did that answer your questions?
Yes, it did.
Yay! Okay, let's put her on hold and send her a book. Happy holidays! Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Going back to her question, just a little bit. She said that she's not looking, and you said to look. A lot of people say that when they look, they don't find anybody, and when they're not looking, someone just comes out of nowhere.
That happened to me.
That happened to me too with my last relationship. I wasn't looking for anybody, and then all of a sudden this person comes. I happened to be at the bar. I was wearing shorts and some tennis shoes, and there that person was, and it lasted.
I bet
3
you
years.
look hot in your tennis shoes and your shorts.
I was a lot thinner. I didn't have facial hair though, did I? I don't remember. But yeah.
The biggest thing with that is for me, I'm a realist. So when I was single and people were saying, "Oh, just don't look and he'll come to you," I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because every morning I woke up, I knew I was single. Like, I knew that. So when I went out and I would see a cute guy, I knew I was single. So I was looking. I just wasn't all over it.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I think that what women and men need to do is you need to have a fulfilled life. The woman or the man are not going to come and fix your life, and they're not going to fill your life. So you need to have stuff going on in your life, and that will allow you to be more kind of like low key and relaxed when you do meet someone. So like I had tons of friends, still do, they're not gone away. I said had, tons of friends. I kept myself busy. I had activities. So if you keep yourself busy and you do stuff, then when someone comes along, you're not like desperate, like, oh my God, they're going to make my life.
Okay.
It's like, they can complement my life.
Okay, that's a good way to see it.
Isn't that what I tell you?
You compliment my life. That's what I'm going to text
you. complete me. You had me at Crispy Taco.
10:50 a.m. with like the coolest show there is here.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you all.
CGD Live Radio Show talking all about relationships. Show that everybody's been asking about, that they actually wanted a show of relationships. And, you ask, we answer.
And you shall receive.
Merry Christmas.
With the author of My Knight in Shining Armor is coming. He's just stuck in traffic right here. There you have it. You can find it on Amazon. We have the author right here, and literally this is if you want to get girls, or even guys, or if you want to get somebody a book literally for a girl, this is hilarious.
Christmas.
If she's single, this is a book that you should totally invest in. You can find it on Amazon.com, or we're giving free ones out right now. So
Yes.
Go ahead and give us a call, 888-909-1050. But literally, it is brutally honest. I'm obsessed with it, literally. Grab this is what you do, guys, or even girls. If you have like the friends that are single, get them some wine and this book.
I have a question. We had an author one time here on the show, and his was about like juvenile delinquency and stuff like that. He was a sheriff, and then he was in the Navy for I don't know how many years. Good guy. But he had a book, and I asked him the same question I want to ask you.
Okay.
His cover on there, he had 2 kids. One of them was like smoking pot on his book.
Yeah.
And I asked him like, do you know these kids? And he said that there's an actual website you can buy these photos from.
Really?
You can buy them.
Yes.
You can buy them. There's a website you can buy them, and these are actual photos that you can put on your published book, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that what you did with this guy in the armor? That's a cool picture. Did you just get it like on Google and search?
Oh no,
Shining armor.
No. That is my husband on the cover.
Really?
And I'll tell you what happened. So I ordered online a knight's costume because it was the cheapest way to get it, because I tried to like rent and all this stuff. They were ridiculously expensive. So this thing arrives in this humongous box, right? And I'm like, honey, come here. And he's like, what? And I open the box I'm like, I have a surprise for you. And he's like, okay. And so he opens the box and he's like, what is it? And I said, this is your outfit. You're going to put it on and we're going to take a photo and you're going to be on the cover of my book. And I love my husband because he's total goofball like me. And he looked at it and he was like, really? And I said, yeah. And he said, okay. So he put it on.
He is a goofball. I got to show you guys their Christmas cards. I'm going to post it on Instagram so I can show you guys.
Well, after the people get them
after the holidays.
After the holidays, we promise we're going to put it up on our Instagram, on our Facebook, so you guys can see their Christmas card. It is hilarious. It is a good one.
Yeah, we do funny Christmas cards every year because you know what? Sometimes people take themselves just too damn seriously.
But okay, go ahead and ask me. What were you asking me?
Radio personality. That's stuck in my head. Okay, this guy, he's pretty big. I'm not going to mention the city where he's from, but he's really known like in the type of music that they listen to out there. Anyway, I remember he hit you up on Facebook. Hey, how are you? He knew about. Oh, he didn't even know about this radio show yet.
No.
He didn't know about the radio show. This was 2-3 years ago.
A long time ago. Yeah.
But he knew everything that you were doing. He kept up with you for so many years, and he asked you out on a date. You said. Well, first you wanted to get to know him a little bit more, and then you found out where he was from. He was like in another city in California, but another city up north, and you decided to meet him after chatting with him online for a while. He flew you out there. What happened when you were out there? I remember receiving a call from you one day. I think it was maybe like 7, 8 at night.
What?
You called me crying.
This is why, if you call in right now, no question is stupid, because you will know how stupid I was.
Okay, she called me crying, and she was whispering, Isaac. I'm stuck in a room right now, and she's crying. And I'm with my other cousin, her sister, and she's like, what do I do? I was like, are you okay? Are you safe?
You could have been abducted.
Yes, I started panicking, and I was like, I put her on speaker.
I gave you my address where I was at,
Yeah,
right?
and you said, this is the address, write it down. And there I am, writing the address down. She goes, dude, I don't know what he's going to do to me. I was like, Anna, be serious. Stop playing with me. Are you drinking? No. I'm stuck in a room. I've been here for like 20 minutes. I can't go out. He's throwing stuff. He's yelling outside of the room.
He's
going crazy. He's going psycho.
He was psycho.
Pick me up. I was like, where are you? She was like 7 hours away, up north.
What did you do?
Psycho.
What did you do?
I ended up getting a taxi and leaving. Psycho. Let me tell you one thing. This was a part of my life that, obviously, I think it was after obviously my second boyfriend, and I grew as a woman, because he was just a cheater, period,
Yeah.
So I grew as a woman, but I was in that stage where I hadn't finalized, like who I was. Like I was trying to figure myself out, and I was hearing all my friends saying, you got to live life, blah blah blah. Well, I was trying to figure it out, and I made a friend. I thought, screw it, you only live once. Let me go meet him.
Right.
You never know. Never do this.
Never. First of all, if a guy, you didn't even know him, so if a guy wants to fly you somewhere, you say, hell no. If he wants to meet you, he can get his ass on a plane and come to you, and he can stay at a hotel and take you to dinner at a public location. Location.
Well, in the beginning, he went to pick me up. First off,
but you said it was okay in the beginning. I remember her telling me, "Oh my God, he's awesome. He's such a good person."
He was so awesome.
That's how the story always starts.
And I know. Tell me about it. But okay, totally awesome. When he picked me up, obviously, a lot of people don't look like their pictures, but whatever. I'm not.
Someone just texted me that person's name. Look.
Yes, it's that person. And the people that know me, literally my friends know this story, because literally till this day I'm traumatized.
I would be too, yeah.
And, it to me looks, don't matter. Like, honestly,
right.
I'm just being honest. Like, if there's something I like about you, whether it be your eyes, whether it be your lips,
there has to be chemistry.
Somewhat chemistry.
Yes, that's my somewhat
chemistry. You were
chemistry.
attracted to his photos, though, on Facebook.
Only the photos, because when I met him, I was like, oh my God, let me go back in the plane. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm being real. Okay, but when I got to meet him, this is all honesty, he was awesome. Totally awesome.
Okay.
We went, I was like, oh, this is not that bad, right? Okay, it wasn't until we went to an event that his friends were actually talking to me.
Okay.
And, he literally grabbed me.
He got jealous.
Grabbed me hard. And this is, mind you, like, pretty much the first time I actually met him. You know what I mean?
First
so
date.
he grabbed me, pulled me outside, and he's like, let's go now. And I'm like, oh my God, I never had a man touch me that way. Like, literally.
Not good.
Other than the first one, but that's the one
Other than how you like it.
No. Whatever. But no. Okay, so he did that, and I'm like, oh my God. And then he was like, oh, mad, and calling me all these names on the way back to, like, the place.
Wow.
Like bad names.
And we were, like, in the same, like, house, literally. So I locked myself in a room, and this guy was throwing things everywhere, talking to himself, going crazy. So the first thing I thought is, oh my God, I got to get on my phone and tell people where I'm at.
Yeah, that's smart. That's at least that.
So literally, that's what happened. The person, to end the story short, he did end up calling me after over, saying sorry, blah, blah. Never talked to him again.
Good.
Never, ever in my life.
Dump
I
that.
blocked him. He scared scared me.
Yeah.
He
That's pretty
scared
scary.
me.
That's funny that you mentioned that, the whole giving the address to someone, because one of my coworkers, she was on Plenty of Fish, and one day it was like 11 at night. She sent me a picture of a license plate.
Oh.
And I was like, what the heck is this? And then I didn't see her till Monday at work. And I was like, what? Why did you send me a picture? She's like, I did it. I went on a date with some guy from Plenty of Fish, and that was his license plate. He looked like a creep, so I sent you his license plate. I was like, well, that's really smart.
You know, it's also like it's really scary because people will talk to someone on email or social media, and they get this false illusion that they know them.
Yes.
You know, that if you haven't met them in person, you don't know them. You do not know this person until you know all about their family and friends. You don't know them. So assume the worst. I'm sorry, but you need to assume the worst because it's scary out
When
there.
it says social media, like, people get crazy on there. Like, I
Totally.
noticed, didn't I show you yesterday a Facebook message that some guy was writing to me, right? And
Yes.
then I wouldn't write back because obviously I have a life, you know, and if you don't have if you don't text me, then I don't know you, right? And he went psycho, right?
They're rude.
Literally,
and that you're
like,
stuck up,
rude, and then he blocked me. And I'm thinking, wow,
Really?
dude, like, really? Like,
Yeah, as soon as someone's verbally abusive to you, that's when you say bye-bye.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, bye-bye. It's
Yeah.
like, and you know, sometimes, you know, people are in relationships and they're like, oh, well, it's going to get better, right? No. It is what it is right now, and especially if you've just met each other. Do we have a call?
We have a caller. Good. The hot seat's not on me anymore.
yeah.
Hello.
Oh, we're coming back to you.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you looking for a book, or do you need us to answer a relationship question?
I like questions.
I just wanted to ask a question.
Go for it.
Okay. I'm in a relationship right now, and I just wanted to end it, but since it's around the holidays, when would be the right time to
That's a good question.
You know what? That's a really good question, and I will tell you right now, I just had this conversation with one of my very good friends, and she knew she was going to end it with the guy, and she was going to wait till after the holidays, but you know what? It's more brutal faking that you care about this person when you don't. So there's never a good time to end it, but end it now so this person can move on with their life and you can move on with yours. It's never going to be good time, so just do it.
Okay.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, it does. It's just hard. It's just I never know when to do it.
Whatever you do, don't text them.
Yeah, no texting.
You need to tell them in person.
You
Then
can,
you'll end up in their bed.
or you can call. I'd be okay with a call because sometimes they won't get out of your house.
No, but
So-
that's like my like, I hate that. I hate it when people just break up with you, even if it's not in a relationship, but you are seeing each other through a text.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Like, come
wrong.
on.
That's wrong.
You know
gotta
what I mean?
You gotta have a conversation.
I think no matter who it is, like, they deserve for you to tell them in person.
Yeah, no, that's probably. I think
So that's
good
my advice,
Yeah.
boss lady's advice, and Lindsley, tell them right away. Right?
Unless
Tell
they're
them right
psycho,
away.
unless they threaten to
Well,
kill
that's
you
what
or
I'm
something.
saying. If you think it's going to
So,
be bad
yeah.
and like they're not going to be able to handle,
Oh, okay, yeah,
Then-
yeah.
then
All right.
call. Then do
If
it
he's
over the
like
phone.
physical, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Call the cops. Don't call or text him.
No, but that was a really good question. So it's never going to be a good time. If you waited and then it got to like January, February, it's still going to be hard. So do it now.
Then Valentine's comes up next, and that's
You
why
know
I'm
it. Yeah, you know it. So you know what? Just rip the Band-Aid off the wound now and let it go. Because the sooner you do it, the sooner you both can move on with your life.
And I hope that answered your question, and we're going to put you on hold to send you a book.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Happy holidays.
Okay.
Happy holidays.
A book, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, my friend just did that. She broke up with him now because she's like, you know
It's
what?
true, though. It's true.
Well, how brutal is it to like act like
You
you
know?
love this person during the holidays
You know
too?
what,
You
though?
know, it's hard.
Thinking about it, I've never had anyone through the holiday.
You know what?
Or freaking Valentine's.
This past
No.
Christmas, it's funny that I mention it now, but this past Christmas, we broke up on Christmas Day, but I didn't think it wasn't a big deal for me. But for the other person, it
You
was
already
a really,
over it,
really
yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I can't believe you did it on Christmas, and this and that. I left, and I was by myself on Christmas at my house watching Netflix. It was fine. I was having a good time.
You're a little heartbreaker,
And the same
aren't you?
thing on Valentine's Day in the morning.
Look at you. You're like, whatever.
But for me, it's never, because I really never had anybody, because like I said, I never dated or had relationships.
But
Honey,
It wasn't a big
you
deal for
never.
me.
Well, no, you weren't in love with these people. So the breakup was easy for you because you're not heartbroken because you weren't in love with them. No, you weren't in love with them.
You heard it from the...
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, they better not be listening.
No, but you know,
well, it's over, so
whatever.
It's not that like we're trying to. It's the fact.
No,
that
I'm just kidding. I know.
It's the fact that you're helping people right now too. I mean, people that are listening in that literally, okay, they don't feel that stupid. Like you know, they watch us here on the radio and they watch us doing what we do, and it's like they're very quiet. You know, they probably think that of us, and they have their. You know what? I was younger once.
I was more heartbroken with someone that I talked to when I was 19 for 3 months than with someone I was 23 for 3 years.
That's because you cared about them more.
Or is it the rejection?
Or it could be the rejection. Yeah, I mean, no one likes to be rejected. It's awful, and we've all had bad dates. We've all had bad relationships. My ex-fiance was a total jerk off. He was a tool. I mean, and I was engaged to this idiot. And I mean, it was all his way or the highway. I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do. It was like whatever he wanted to do. And it's amazing what you'll do when you think you're in love with someone. But if you're miserable and this person doesn't have the best intentions and doesn't want you to be happy, that's not a good relationship. It's not. And we kid ourselves every day. So many people are in relationships where they're like, oh, no, it's fine. He's going to get better, and he's going to get a job, and she's going to become nicer. And, no, you have to look at the relationship right now as it is right now.
Okay, before we go into the hot seat with me again, I forgot that I told a friend from retrodolls.com. I actually put something on my Facebook regarding a package of $3.99. Includes 2 outfit shot, full wardrobe dresses, swimsuit, corsets, hair and makeup.
Nice.
Now, if you email them between 7 to 10 with the password pinup party, you will receive $100 off.
Wow.
So there you have it. Sunday, January 5th, and Saturday, January 11th. And we have another caller.
Woo woo.
So remember, between 7 to 10, password pinup party, email them at retrodolls.com. I'll go ahead and say this again later on. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Do you have a question, relationship question, or do you want a book? Or both?
Relationship question.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, I've been with my boyfriend it's almost going to be a year, like next month, and right now he's been working a lot, like extra, even more since it's the holiday time and whatnot. And I try to spend time with him, but he he has 1 day off.
Wow.
And I try talking to him and whatnot, but he can't really be texting or talking while he's working. And sometimes he doesn't really talk to me, respond to me, and at night he's like, oh, I'll call you, but he doesn't. And it's I try talking to him about it, but it's it seems nothing's changing.
Is it temporary how busy he is? Is it going to settle down after the holidays or no?
I don't know.
You don't know. So you're having no communication. So he's saying he'll call you back and he never does?
Yeah, we don't really talk that much anymore.
And has he told you why he hasn't been in contact?
Yeah, well, the other day, we kind of talked a little, but he's like, oh, I'll call you back later, but then, he never did, and I asked him, oh, why didn't you call me back, and stuff. And he's like, oh, some family came over, and I was, talking to him, oh, well, you could have at least told me, I don't mind that you're going to talk to your family, but, you should have at least told me, not, left me hanging.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, well, sorry and stuff, and it's yeah, but you should, let me know. So it's I don't want to, just, tell him how I feel, over the phone or something, because, I'd rather do it in person, but it doesn't seem like he has time to do so.
So, but you are seeing him once a week, right? How is it when you see him?
It's really great. I mean, it's sometimes we don't talk to each other, but once we see each other and stuff, it's if nothing happened. It's we've been talking forever. So,
yeah. I mean, you know what? It's important that he stands up to his word. So if he says he's going to call you back and he doesn't, that means he's not being, he's not stepping up as a guy. So if he says he's going to call, he needs to call you, and you need to make that clear. Like if you told him that you were going to put the shoe on the other foot, if you say to him, how would you feel if I told you I was going to call you right back and I never called you? Like that's just rude. And it's basics. Like so many of us allow the one that we love to walk all over us in the way that we wouldn't let a friend do that. And what I mean is that, like, your best friend, if your best friend said they're going to call you back and they didn't call you back, you'd be like, wow, that's so rude, So those boundaries should happen with your boyfriend as well. So if you need communication, you have to tell him, like, look, if I'm only going to see you once a week, then we have to have communication. And I'll tell you right now, my husband was a horrible communicator. And like when we first started dating, I wouldn't see him for like a week, and I'd get nothing, no text, no email, and then all of a sudden get a text, and he'd be like, "Do you want to get together Saturday night?" And I'd be like, yeah. And then I'd see him, and I was like, do you even like me? Because I never hear from you. And he's like, yeah, I like you a lot. And I was like, well, you're not showing it. I said, I need communication. I need to hear from you. Like me. So if you tell him that's what you need, and he steps up, then he's in the relationship. If you tell him this and he doesn't step up, then he's not in the relationship. He's somewhere else. So especially for women, communication is really important, and we need to know that he's there for you.
Yeah. Like around the summer, I mean, we kind of had the same problem. Like, he kind of like stopped like talking. Well, we kind of both stopped talking to each other for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we would still talk, during the day, but just like text each other, once in a while. And then like I told him, like, I was like, hey, like, we're like, in a relationship, we have to like fix this. Because afterwards, I was like, like, I'm not okay with it. So then, he actually, started talking to me more, and he was being like a better like boyfriend and stuff.
Yeah.
But like now, like I don't want to keep having like the same problem, like having to be good all for a while and then like not talk and then talk again. It's like, I don't know if I should just be, because I want to tell him, like, if you're going to keep being like this, just let me know, because I don't want to be wasting my time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you don't, I think that he's falling into a pattern, so he keeps going back to a pattern. So you tell him that you need him to communicate, but then he goes back to his pattern. So he starts doing well, but he goes back to his pattern. And I'll tell you, it's a pain and it's a lot of work, but you have to keep reminding him. Like, literally, I had to tell my husband every week, honey, you need to let me know where you are. Honey, what is going on? And he'll respond, and it's a pain, but I would try that for like a couple weeks. And if he responds like, you know what, you're a pain and I don't want to, and you're bugging me, then you'll know that he's not interested in pursuing a relationship. But if he says like, all right, I get it, you need to hear from me, okay, and he does do it, but I would get on his case for a couple weeks and just see how it is. And if he does respond and does it, because it sounds like he did it before. You had the conversation, you told him, and he was like, okay, and then he stepped up to the plate. So I would try it again, but just do it more consistently, because, we assume that guys remember the conversation we have with them, and they don't. They don't remember. So you need to just constantly remind him, and hopefully he'll step up to the plate.
Yeah, because I don't want to just like tell him like, if you don't do it, I'm going to break up with you, because then he's going to be like, it's either this or that.
Yeah, no, it sounds like there could be a chance.
But communication is what you
mean.
mean.
So I would just say I need communication. If you say you're going to call me back, it's rude.
Sometimes that's all you need, the communication. There's a difference between communication and being needy. And
that's the thing is a guy. If a guy says, "Oh, you're too needy," then he's not the right guy.
Yeah.
But if you say to a guy, "I need communication. I'd like to talk to you, every day or every other day," and if they don't want to, they're not the right person for you. Mm-hmm. But the right guy will be like, "Oh, okay, that's what you need." So,
Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Good luck. I hope he steps up to the plate. It sounds like it might happen. So
I know.
It's good.
It sounds like it's going to work out. It's just you need communication. That's all.
Okay. Thank you.
But we're going to go ahead and put you on hold, and we're going to go ahead and send you a book. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Happy holidays.
Okay. Bye.
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 Okay. There you have it. That's actually our last book.
Oh my God! Fast. But
If you still have questions, 888-909-1050. Go ahead and, give us a call, and we'll go ahead and answer questions. Our author here will go ahead and answer questions.
Or on Amazon, you can get her book.
Yeah, but now, if obviously we ran out of books now. Now we ran out. We were only giving out 5, but
I have one more. I can give it away.
Ooh, there you have it. If you're listening in and you want to, I'm telling you, not that I'm trying to sell anything. This is the book to get. I am disgustingly obsessed with this book since I picked it up.
I love what she has on the back of her book, and obviously it's for the person to read it before they purchase the book or whatever, but I love what she says here. She says, do not settle, do not let others put you down, do not think you are crazy, do not throw in the towel and start crocheting outfits for your cat. There is hope. Let me be your beacon of hope, your wing woman, and your leader in the fight to find your knight in shining armor. Yes, Virginia, he does exist. He just might be stuck in traffic.
Now, the way she wrote that, imagine the book all like that, because she's brutally honest that way. Like, it's hilarious.
Makes me want to read it.
It's brutally honest, but it's funny. I'm a funny gal.
It's
so,
funny.
Yeah,
it's not like
it's not meant.
to the face.
It's not meant to.
It's a slap to the face, but in a good way.
To help you.
I love it.
She's a wing woman.
You drink it with a glass of wine, and I'm telling you, I hope somebody's listening and makes this into like a little sitcom. It's hilarious. Put mine and her videos together. Perfect. Oh, okay. There you have it. So if you still have questions, we have one more. So go ahead and give us a call, 888-909-1050. If you want a book or if you have any questions, go ahead and give us a call. So there you have it.
Yay. Now, Anna, let me ask you, from your family or from friends, were you ever felt pressured, like to say, do you ever get the question, why aren't you married?
Not recently.
But you have gotten it before.
And I'm saying not recently because of what happened. I think people
would
know not to ask me that right now. But
of course.
Before him, yes. Oh my God, yes. It was like my sister got married and had my niece. So it's like, wait, why are you 6 years apart? Why aren't you married yet? Yeah. So I would always feel that. Like,
I got that a lot because, I didn't get married till 41. And, so many people will be like, why aren't you married yet? Why aren't you married yet?
You know what? I love that about you because, I'm 34.
You got to live.
I'm 34, and I feel like, okay, let's say a year from now or 2 years from now, I decide to, like, that I want to move on, like I want to go ahead and see. I know now, and this is why I'm so thankful for, Adrian, that he literally made me, like, see what life's about
and what a good relationship is,
and what I deserve, and in a sense of like one day maybe having a family or one day getting married, whatever it may bring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just know right now I'm like in a path of my life that I have a lot of things that I want to accomplish.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and right now it's not the time, Well,
I'm going to say, I'm going to be
go for it.
I'm going to tell you,
really honest with me.
It's not that it's not the time. You haven't met the right guy. Because there's never a good time or a bad time or the right time. It's when you meet the right person, that's the right person. And, you can't put a timeline on it either. Women are like, well, I want to be married by the time I'm 30. Well, what if the right guy doesn't come along? So you're going to settle.
I never wanted to get married, ever, or have children.
Well, I always thought I would get married and have kids, so it's very normal to me to do that, even though my parents got divorced when I was 3. It's just something I saw as like a part of your life. So the right guy didn't come along, and that's not my fault. That's not anyone's fault. It's just you can't pick the time. So I'm telling you right now that if the right guy came tomorrow and met you, you would be ready. But
I think, okay, because of my situation, wouldn't they have to understand that I have to heal in a sense, and they would stick around?
Yes. Well, they'd say, let's take it slow, and let's. But you would see them differently.
Be my friend.
And obviously, if doesn't want to stick around, then he wasn't the guy for you.
Yes, exactly. If he doesn't understand how you feel, what you're going through, then he's not the right person.
It saddens me in a sense because, like, it saddens me in a sense because I feel like I'm literally traumatized. I literally believe, like, not just my past relationships, I can get over all that, but in a sense of what recently happened. Like, I feel like I'm afraid to love again because I feel like everybody's just going to die on me.
Yeah, well, no, it's, I mean, that's once it's happened to you. I don't blame you for being paranoid.
You know, it's like, here I am, like, not trying to be with anyone. Boom, somebody comes out. I know there's a reason why, you know. Like, obviously, I can see that he made me realize what happiness is, you know. But it's like, wow, like, if I go ahead and try to settle with someone else, like, they have to die too one day. And, like, I am, like, feeling like I go crazy in my own head.
She always does tell me, she goes, I want to die before you. She always tells me that.
I know. Oh, God, I can't believe you just told everybody that. But yeah, I do say that.
And I'm like, stop it.
I can't lose people I love around me. Like,
it's really hard. I just lost my mom. You know, it was really tragic, sudden death. 66 years old. She wasn't sick. She was perfectly healthy. I talked to her 2 days before, and she just went to sleep and never woke up. And they think she had a stroke or something, and it's really horrifying, and it's awful. But if the choice was to not have, like, her in my life, you know, and have her go now, or to never have her in my life, you know, if the choice was to have her in my life and have her go now, or never have her in my life, I would choose to have her in my life. Then you probably feel the same way.
Yeah.
So
I'm thankful I met him. I'm literally,
you know
like,
what?
I'm happy
and he
paths.
gave you a gift. He showed you what a good relationship and love is supposed to be.
And I know, like, literally, when it comes to that time that I do meet somebody, I am probably just gonna love so hard, you know?
You will, the right guy, but what's great is that the right guy will love you back. I mean, when I met my husband,
that's my point.
I was so paranoid, and I was literally trying to sabotage the relationship. Like, he'd be like, oh, do you want, like, pasta sauce? And I'd be like, I don't like pasta sauce, and you do. This is not gonna work. We're totally not compatible. And he was like, what is wrong with you? But I was so scared to love him because I was like, he's going to hurt me. It's going to be bad. And he was like, what is your problem? He's like, relax, you know? And he's like, why are you trying to sabotage a relationship? And he was right. I was because it's so easy to protect yourself by not allowing yourself to love someone.
I have that issue right now, that I feel like I can't, I'm protecting my heart so much that I'm not letting myself live in that sense.
Yeah, but it's going to take you time.
You know,
and when you feel okay, and no one else can tell you when that is. You know?
I just feel I dig myself into work for a reason. I know a lot of people probably see me working.
That's a good thing.
And that's, I guess, my way of grieving. You know?
As long as you are also allowing yourself to grieve, because some people throw themselves into work and not face how they feel.
It. Yeah. But before I didn't. I didn't let myself face it, and it was like the worst feeling ever.
It's a defense mechanism.
It was like literally when I did grieve, it was like I was going insane.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm in a place literally that I do feel peace. I smile again, and I know people notice that because people tune in and they email me and they're like, "It's beautiful to see you smile again." You know,
it's so nice.
And I'm smiling again, and but you know, you're only human. You know, you're going to have your days that you feel sad, that you feel you want to cry, you know, but, you know, I just go back to those memories of their wonderful memories, and this is my life right now, and I'm 34, and I'm in no hurry to get married, but if somebody does come along, then let it be when the time is right.
Yeah, as long as you
when I meet that right person according to you, right?
Well, here's your wing woman, so.
When you meet the right guy, you know, and I'll tell you right now, my husband knew on the first date that I was the right person.
That's what my dad says.
Yes,
see, that's my point.
And I knew that I really liked him. Like, we both were like, whoa. Like, there was this feeling in the air, and we're like, whoa, this is like kind of intense. And I'm the one who was like trying to push him away. I was like, no. But
you just went with it though, huh?
I knew. Yeah, I knew. And I knew I wanted love in my life.
What's a person that's settling? Because a lot of people don't know the definition of settling. I mean, if I would be listening and I'm listening to somebody else on the radio settling, I would just think, oh, like, I just settle with that person, I'm just going to get married. You know? But what is your definition of settling?
Well, you know, settling is, you have to look at it as, does that person love you unconditionally as you are right now? So in other words, is it like, oh, I'm going to love you when you get a better job. Oh, I'm going to love you when you lose 20 pounds. Oh, I'm going to love you when you do more things for me. It's like, do they love, it's not about you.
Do they love you now?
Yes, do they love you right now as you are, pimples and all, bad hair job, whatever it is, do they love you right now, and do they think you're amazing? And you have to feel the same way about them. You can't love a guy and be like, oh, well, if he gets a better job, then I'll love him. No, you have to love him right now. And that is called not settling. And also in your heart, when you see them, are they the most amazing person? Do they make you so happy when you see them? That's happiness. Settling is if you expect them to change and do things for you and all of that, then that is settling. And also pressure. A lot of people get pressure, especially women, as you get older, feel a lot of pressure like, oh, I'm just supposed to get married. But marriage is not the goal. The relationship is the goal. Marriage is just a day, sweetheart. And then the dress is off, and you're screwed if you're with the wrong person. You're screwed. So it's about the relationship. It's about the longevity of the relationship.
What are some mistakes that you find people make in relationships or getting into a relationship? Or
I think one of the biggest problems for women is that they really give the guy too much. They're just too easy on them. You know, the guy's like not a good person, or they're verbally abusive. I had a friend she was a size 0. She was gorgeous. She had a great job, and her boyfriend was mean. He'd be like, oh, you look ugly today. What the hell? You know, I was like, and she married him. And I was like, why would you be with someone who talks to you like that? You know, you should not, that's not good. So I think a lot of women, you know, they'll let a guy get away because they so desperately just want to be loved. They don't look at like, is this a proper way to treat a human being? You know, that's a big one. I think men, a lot of men just want, men like to be in a relationship. They don't like to be alone. Most men. So a lot of times they'll just find someone because they just need someone. So it's more of an urgency, and men are goal-oriented. So they're like, I want to find a wife because I want to be with someone. Oh, she's good. And then they marry them, and they're like, oh, this person isn't right for me at all.
And then divorce.
Yeah. Or they stay unhappily married. A lot of people, you know, because of religion or whatever, stay unhappily married.
Now, in your book, you categorize the different type of men there is out there. Now, I do want to hit a subject because obviously we're almost hitting 9 o'clock, and the show is at 9. So right. But I want to pinpoint one subject because this has happened to me.
Okay.
And you know, you're there dating, blah blah blah, and then boom, it's like I didn't know, and all of a sudden they're married.
Oh, the guy's married.
Yeah, that has happened to me.
Yeah.
What about when there's a girl that she's in a long relationship and then they break up and then she remarries and she's pregnant like right away? Is that what you're saying? Like a guy moves on quick?
No, I'm saying about a married guy that still lives with his wife and never ended up telling me that he was married, and all of a sudden, you know, they're married.
Okay,
There's some really big clues.
That's horrible.
And it happens with men too. Actually, I just read a survey that they're finding that more men are getting divorced because the women are cheating.
Oh, wow.
Which is really interesting. But there's some big clues as to find whether or not the person you're dating is married. Do they ever invite you to their house? If you never go to their house, that's a problem.
They did.
So didn't you see photos of family and things around?
Nothing.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. What about like anything?
I didn't go through stuff either.
What about like weekends, or could you call them anytime, or? Okay, then he's
right.
He's good at what he's doing.
It wasn't until the wife called me, and then that's when I was like, whoa,
you know.
And then finally, you know, me and the wife had a heart-to-heart, and it's, you know, obviously that person even emailed me, and it's like, I don't want nothing. He still emailed me.
Oh my
after
God!
That. And these are things that single women like literally go through. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm just putting it out there. And
there was a guy that I was emailing with, and he wanted to talk on the phone all the time, but never meet.
Oh.
And he was like always busy or something. And I finally, after like a month of this, I said, "You're married." And there was silence on the other end. And he was like, "What?" I go, "You're married." And he's like, "What? Why? Why would you think that?" I go, "Because you never want to meet in person. You're married. You just want someone to talk to." And he never called me again. He was married. He was married.
But okay, what is your advice? Obviously, number one, you're telling us the advice to the single ladies that catch themselves in this situation. But what about the ladies that know they're dating a married man and they still decide to
horrible ladies?
Hey,
it's never going to work out.
Okay.
Because once a cheater, always a cheater. I'm sorry, I really feel that way. And I'll tell you a story. One of my best friends met this guy on vacation, found out that he was married with children, never told her. He divorces her, marries my friend. Guess what? He cheats on her, and she's shocked.
Duh.
And I'm like, really? Really?
That's torture, I think, for a woman.
If a man cheats once, he is very capable of cheating again.
Of course.
And if you think that he's going to leave the wife and kids, well, I mean, what kind of morals does a person have if they went and cheated on the person that they married, and even with children? It's just, come on. Where's your morals? Where's your moral standing? It's lame. It's lame. Yeah,
definitely.
Same thing with the guy who's dating a married woman.
Definitely.
And also, I hate the female haters, the women who, like, their husband will cheat and they'll go after the woman.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Your husband was the one who put his penis in another woman. She didn't force him at gunpoint to have sex with her. Give me a break. It's the man's fault if he cheated. It's his fault, not another woman.
It is true, though. But I mean, I wasn't married at the time, but I was with somebody for a long time, and I remember me getting that call, like, I've been with him for a whole year, blah, blah, blah. And the first thing I did was I was mad at him.
Yes.
He's
the one who cheated on you.
I was mad at him, you know, so that's my whole point. But, I mean, of course there's going to be women that are going to look at the girl. What does she have that I don't? And, And
he starts trying to look like you.
Oh, God. He
start wearing roses. It's a true story, too. The red lipstick, red roses.
That's another story. We got to invite you back for that. I'm telling you, no question is too stupid. Literally, we bear it all today. We bear it all today. Mostly all, right?
Mostly.
So let people know how to get your book, how to follow you, give all that
Instagram,
juicy
Twitter,
details.
Facebook.
Yes, I'd love for you to go on my website. It's ladiesinthepink.com, ladiesinthepink.com. It's got recipes, stories, it's got information for my book. So I think it's the best way to get me.
Yeah. Perfect. Instagram? Yeah. Oh, well, you have everything there, right?
Everything's there, so it's really the best place to go.
And remember the book? Go ahead and read the title.
My knight in shining armor is coming. He's just stuck on the 91 freeway.
Stuck in traffic. Go ahead and Google it. You can actually find it on Amazon.com. Thank you guys again. This was an awesome show.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in every Sunday, 7 to 9. Next week we have the main producer, director of Every Way Woman, Yolanda, here in the studio. So be sure to go ahead and mark your calendars. We're going to end the year like that. And go ahead and let us know what you thought about this show on our Facebook, Instagram. Go ahead and retweet it, repost it, and everything. See you next Sunday, 7 to 9. Bye.
Happy holidays.
Don't drink and drive.
Thank you.
Sexy charm.